सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु. May there be happiness for all. Sarvesham Shantirbhavatu. Sarvesham Shantirbhavatu. Sarvesham Shant. May there be peace for all. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness for all. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. Do I have a burning desire? We discussed about the 6 steps. The 5th step is the intention, the burning desire. Let there be peace, happiness, completeness for all. That will prove that we are doing the Mangala Charan every day, every hour, every moment. A burning desire. Burning desire means that the moment you wake up in the morning, and may there be happiness for all, may there be peace for all, may there be completeness for all, may there be auspiciousness for all. Open your eyes. You have to. Now see, I did not talk about peace is my essential nature, happiness is my essential nature, wholeness is my essential nature. Do you remember the metaphor that I always talk about it? Waves in the ocean, waves in the water, millions of waves, and water is the essence. You know it. You know the metaphor. Now can you apply this metaphor here and now? Me, you all are waves, and behind that there is a happiness. We all are waves, and behind that there is a wholeness. We are all waves, but behind that there is a wholeness. That is what we are talking about. What I am doing, I have yet to talk individually of these 6 treasures, but I thought better to start from the highest level of understanding. And if we do not understand that higher level, so the lower level is already there. We will define what is samadhama, uparati, titiksha, why it is required, how it is to be done. Or these are at the primary level. Even those aspects are important to know. The moment you wake up, you see the honey and you recognize 2 waves, 1 peace, 2 waves, 1 happiness, 2 waves, 1 completeness. Can I recognize? If I recognize it, my perception changes. Is it possible? The way it is possible, the way waves to the water is possible, the way one space to all the homes in the earth is possible. Is it not possible? Yes, it is possible. The way all beings of different names and forms in one human being, one human race is possible. That will help my mind to touch the subjective reality. It should happen all the time. It should happen all the time. Why it doesn't happen? Because of likes and dislikes, because of attachment. Why there is an attachment in likes and dislikes? Because of deluded thinking. That is the first step we out of the 6 steps. So what happens? You jump onto the 6th step. Your mind starts living in the shreyas. What is right, what is good, what is proper. Happiness is proper, peace is proper, completeness is proper. You get rid of that attachment and deluded thinking in your life. When? All the time. Think. I'm not saying that you simply believe it. Contemplate, reflect. When it is possible, the wave to the water is possible. Why not all my friends, relations, people outside is possible? Behind that, there is one consciousness. Why I have to do it? Because I'm looking for subjective reality. Objective reality is name in the form. Think of it. That is where we can find this Satchidanand. Are you ready to take over the challenges of the mind? Get rid of all the delusion. Live into that state. I'm simply saying recognize. Even simply say it in your mind. 2 people, 1 consciousness. 5 waves, 1 water. You start living into that subjective awareness. And then what we have to do, we have to analyze every day how many times the mind moved to the deluded thinking today. And the moment you recognize, you will know the 6 steps are there. How many times you change your behavior and attitude and expression today? How many times the thought and feeling continued haunting you? You missed the Mangalachara. You have done it intellectually. Yeah, it's okay. You have done it intellectually. I told you that I'm covering the highest level of understanding first, and if it is not possible, the lower level is always available to everyone. No, just, let us, I'm feeling sleepy, sarvesham, swastir bhavatu, and then I fall into sleep. That is also available. You missed reflection on the 6 steps. You missed 1 or more of the 11 steps. I have to act in the world outside. I'm saying, Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. I'm saying, looking at you, but I see the happiness. I see the waves, but I also see the water. Are you getting it? Is it not possible? It is 100% possible. And that is why we have 8 steps. If you remember all steps, get rid of the binding desire, the world outside is meant for it. You are lost again. The moment you miss it, you are lost again into the same stuff, which has been creating a circle. It creates a loop, and that loop again puts us into the same state of the mind. And I feel sleep, Why don't you understand, I did not sleep yesterday. Why you did not sleep? Why did not you inquire about it? That is also a deluded thinking. So simple answer, why we miss it? We miss it because of our deluded thinking. My mind is somewhere else. Deluded thinking claimed as the right thinking. We rationalize. We rationalize. What the heck, what you are talking? You have to simply talk. I have lot of things to do. I have lot of problems in my life. Who doesn't have a problem? Mangala Charan helps you to enter directly into these six treasures. Why we are talking? Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, all the waves plus water, recognition. All the human beings in my family plus happiness. Where is the problem? If you can recognize the water, if you can recognize the space, why can't I recognize the one consciousness? Why I don't recognize? Who is preventing me? My attachment, my likes, my insistence. What is my insistence? What the heck? Why don't you understand? I have so many problems. I could not sleep yesterday night. You could not sleep when you woke up. 2 hours before the session? Yes. Why did not you do the practice to get rid of the sleep, to be ready for the session? That is known as the burning desire. That is known as the burning desire. Why we miss it? Where is this seeking? Why it is happening? Why the deluded thinking is happening? I am seeking security, I am seeking pleasure from the world outside. I want to avoid pain, and I am seeking a solution outside, but the solution is inside. This is perhaps one of the, you can say, the higher level of understanding. I have not been talking about it. That is why I discussed last time. In US, I told you it is known as the TGIF restaurant. It is not in here in Arizona, but it is in New Jersey where I live. It's a TGIF. Thanks God it is Friday. Normally Friday evening people have the vacation and they enjoy the dinner and they continue to sleep for late hours. And that is why I created Hell with the God, it is Monday, because Monday we are always rushing for the work. Why? To earn the wealth. Why? To earn the resources, to use it for pleasure. Not to use for this session. Not all do this. So Monday, I have already anticipated there is a stress. Friday, I have already anticipated. I have concluded that there is a Friday is relaxed. If I have to do nothing, you have to do nothing, your mind is totally engaged in the deluded thinking, my friend. Please understand clearly. When you when you blame, name anyone, any object, any person, you use that nomenclature, blaming, complaining, reaction, duality, conflict. This is what the deluded thinking is. You get rid of the deluded thinking, you are already in peace here and now. And then we say that we are intelligent and genius. Really? We are intelligent and genius? We need a common sense. If you are really intelligent and genius, don't you recognize that everyone is human being? Don't you recognize your honey, your relations, your friend, your enemies are also human beings? Can I recognize one consciousness behind it? No, that is not possible. Then you are not a seeker. Simple, you are not a seeker. But the moment you are a seeker, now see the other point of view. The way I see, all waves are water, all human beings, one consciousness, all human beings, one real self of peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Your deluded thoughts evaporate, sublimates. If it sublimates, you enter into the Shreyas. The moment you enter into the Shreyas, you have a six treasures. When? They are already present within. A moment ago, your mind was full of distractions, wandering, reaction, anger, and hesitation, and the next moment you are already with your six treasures because you found the key. It was lost. This is what the masters are saying. So I have a false belief system which overpowers my mind. What is the false belief system? How can you understand easily the belief? Belief is equal to perception, many perceptions, every for many years. Perceptions plus knowledge plus experience, they all have been accumulated. It has created a belief system. But I don't recognize it as a false belief system. So if it is a false belief system or a good belief system, it will influence the thoughts. I will have the similar thoughts. When I have a similar thoughts, I will have a similar speech. It will drive me to action. What is that action? I am totally stressed today. I have lot of problems in my life. Do you see that? So it creates your behavior. It reinforces your attitude. And you strengthen the false belief. That is what the deluded thinking is. Think, constantly reflect it. So it means, do you mean to say that it's not only 1 hour I have to live consciously throughout the day? Obviously. Why to live consciously? Because we are human beings. You cannot teach your dog, in fact, live consciously. So if you analyze today's understanding with reference to these 6 steps that we discuss, person suffering while claiming the deluded thinking is right. Deluded thinking is right. Person suffering with a doubtful thinking. So I have created a belief system. I don't see that it is a false belief system. So if I say that it is a false belief system, then only I have a doubt. Then what is right? I've created an option. I'm in stress. False. First chapter of the Gita, when we study the Gita, we will find out. Arjuna did not agree that, I have a false belief. Krishna, teacher, says you are impotent. First he said you are not worthy of suffering. He did not agree, then he said you are impotent. Only the impotent feel that I am worthy of suffering. virtually abused. Suffering lies with the name in the form. I am of the nature of the real self. So doubtful thinking, you see that. Understand, there are only one principle, Shreyas and the Preyas. Arjuna said, now guide me the path of the Shreyas. What is right, good and proper. So what is the other path is the Preyas. Preyas path is the deluded thinking, no doubts about my false belief. I continue to live in the attachment. So I expanded only the two words, Shreyas and Preyas, into these 6 steps. You won't find in the book. Because the group I find is receptive, so then I have, the teacher also gets inspired. So the third step, the person suffering with the recognizing mistakes. Person suffering with the humility. Fourth step, you are still suffering, you are humble. What should I do? I used to go and ask my teacher, my master, what should I do? My dad died. Then I started crying. He waited until I stopped the crying. He said, do you have a power to stop? No. He said, put this thought into your intellect. Then look at the death of your father. Crying stopped. Person suffering with the I should have that humility. I should not start singing the song of, oh no, I have lot of stress, I have lot of problem. Persons suffering with the humility. Out of that humility, you become a seeker. And from the seeker, now your mind is settled into the Shreyas. This body plus consciousness. This wave plus water. Or you cannot say plus. This wave appears, but the reality is the water. If you live into that awareness all the time, then you are a true seeker, you follow the path of the Shreyas. So what happens? People, place, situations and suffering, they all are objective. Your mind picks up something that is subjective. First time you touch that subjective area. Subjective reality for every human being is the same. So behind Monday, water, behind Friday, it is water. That is why I picked up these two examples. I am deluded, so I am right. Understand it again. I am deluded, so I am right. Why I am right? I have lot of problems. I am suffering every day in my life. There is a lot of problems. Why? It is a belief. Problem it is a false belief. Why it is a false belief? I take it for granted. I am stuck in prayers. The Monday ruins my life. Monday has to come every week. Monday has to come every week. You cannot stop it. Now, from that false belief, if you brand it, it is a false belief. If you brand your anxiety, it is false. And then you start thinking how your mind thinks. And if you don't brand anxiety and the stress as false, what will happen? You have chain of thoughts of the stress. Ah, because of the stress, it is because of the Dennis, it is because of the Samir, Sangeeta, and Ashok. It is because, I'm taking in the session in a stress. Do you see that? Belief. I've been telling you, Eastern wisdom says cause and effect relationship. We are 200% scientific. We don't need that cult, belief, dogma, and religion. Analyze, reflect, again and again, and see what happens. So now your first step, deluded, you claim that I am right. But if you don't say that, let me check if I am right, you move to the second step. Another way to raise the doubt is happiness inside. Sometime I used to have an acute headache. I don't know what it is. And I said, if happiness is inside, I will transcend it. And every time I did the practice for 15 minutes, I transcended the extreme headache. Possibly it may be a genetic problem. Now it doesn't happen for the last almost 20 years. And another problem, I had an acute stomach ache. Every time the stomach ache, I said, let me transcend the body. Just do the simple relaxation practice and just recognize that I'm not the body. It is gone now. Lot of investigations. Nothing came out. Why I have such a confidence in the Eastern wisdom, it is my experience, doubtful. So when you raise the doubt, when you raise the doubt, you recognize the mistake. Doubt means two or more than two. So only one has to be right. The others have to be false. So I recognize the mistake. I was wrong. So when I'm wrong, what should I do? The humility comes. What should I do? That humility in the intellect means, you know what it means? You are touching the lotus feet of the Guru. And if you are touching physically and you continue your stress in your head, what is the fun of touching the feet? Continue touching the feet. Nothing happens. You did not change. You are a hypocrite. It does not mean that you should not touch, or it also does not mean that you should forcibly touch. So I create a belief touching the feet, my all problems will go away. I will not do anything. So that humility means, we have covered many talks related to that. You touch the feet of the master, and so that is the simple meaning, is the humility, that I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to receive this wisdom. What is this wisdom which says, I am not of the nature of the stress and anxiety. I am of the nature of happiness. I'm interested. I'm committed. I'm devoted. When you say in your mind, you have touched the feet of the Master. Done. I remember almost 30, 35 years ago, when I used to go to the Master. I came from Indonesia. I took 1 month leave, and then I spent almost 20 days with my master. So my master told me to go to this 25-year-old guy. I was also of the same age. So his feet was full up, because he was not wearing the sandals. He was living in such a humble place in a small cottage. There's a physical aspect, I touch the feet. I have that temperament. When I came and I told my master, so he fired at me. I said, "Oh, how dare you touch the dirty feet?" And then he explained me, it is all about humility. It is all about that you have a burning desire to learn. You keep aside your ego. And what happens? The moment you keep aside the ego, you have a burning desire, you become a seeker. 60% of your problems are already gone. And then you are committed to the path of the Shreyas. Why I'm talking? It is the Mangala Charan can take you to that state of Shreyas. You can enter into that state of the Shreyas. That is the beauty. Again, I'm repeating. I'm covering the 6 treasures at the highest level. And if we don't understand, the lower level is always available to us. I will talk about those lower levels in the following session. Yes. Can you reflect on it? We have not met 1, 2, 3, 4 people only, 5 people, yeah. So who is going to reflect on it? Yes,
Sir, I think it is only the belief that what you believe. If you believe in anxiety, then anxiety starts repeating in your mind. If you believe in peace, then peace starts repeating in your mind. If you know that where is the peace, then nobody can stop you from entering into it. Means this is my if means your belief should be means you should be confident of your belief that peace is inside me, and then nothing, any situation, anywhere you can enter into peace. This is my personal experience.
Beautiful.
Means before, when I was 20 years back or 10 years back, I used to believe in anxiety. That in any situation I will enter into anxiety. So I used to enter into anxiety. Now I believe I will enter into peace. So I enter into peace.
Beautiful. Beautiful. You touched the heart of this session. Now believe, if I believe in peace, but I believe in anxiety. But why? It has been since birth. Cultural conditioning, social conditioning, religious conditioning, my DNA, my inherent, my acquired nature, my response and reaction to the external world outside. So it has all accumulated, it has created a false belief, and it has created a false belief, but I think it is the right. So I have a problem. So you rightly said. So what the masters are doing? Masters are saying that I will continue to speak until your intellect has 100% conviction. When you have a conviction, you move to the 5th stage and you say, "Oh, where is the shares?" You are free. That is what happens. But it takes time. It's not a one-day affair. So, yes, Dennis, you want to summarize and reflect on?
Yes, I was thinking while listening to you, I was thinking that the society teaches us from birth that having problems and stress and being busy all the time is quite natural.
Yes.
We are taught to respect more those who are busy, who have more many problems, and the more problems they have, the more respectful they are, and also those who change the world or want to change the world instead of changing themselves. And this way of thinking is encouraged by the society. Being busy and being in stress is kind of honorable. And when someone asks, am I living to have more and more stress? Is my goal to become even more busy day by day? Then the society has no answer to that. And Eastern wisdom has an answer, and not only an answer, but very detailed and thorough explanation why being busy is a mistake, why dedicating life to change others or change the world is the wrong way, and it shows that all problems are inside my mind and not in the world outside. And so solving the problems only means changing my own mind, not forcing others to change.
Beautifully said, beautifully. You touched upon many points. In fact, you summarized each and every part of this session. That is beautiful. And one thing, that I'm reminding you all, it is the society that teaches to be busy. What you are doing, I'm doing nothing. Oh, then it means he's crazy. We take it for granted. Oh, he's definitely crazy. Oh, he's doing nothing, he's doing nothing. I used to say many years back, oh, what you're doing, I do nothing, It seems to be they had a very sad and amazing look. Well, look at this, he's intelligent and he's doing nothing. But that doing nothing makes you busy, get you into the anxiety. You believe it. First thing you believe, second you have to believe. I never raise a doubt in my life. And that's how I converted these into the 6 steps to make you aware. You step by step you analyze. In the text there is only 2 words, Shreyas and Prayas. Then I have to link it, I have to develop it. But I cannot go back. I cannot leave the principles of Eastern wisdom. Yes, Christina, you want to say something?
Thank you. I think what really landed for me today was to really keep targeting the workings of my inner mind, because I'm spending still too much time trying to solve the wrong problems instead of the problem of the delusions.
Yeah.
And so that really stood out today.
Beautiful. Yeah. That's another awareness. I should become aware. Am I solving the problem outside? Or I'm getting rid of the belief I created out of the problem that I see outside. It will help me. Instantly, the mind, the problem is outside. Why you are upset out the inside? Why? Why means you raise the doubt. Now you have an option. Eastern wisdom says peace is within you. How beautiful. Authenticated. Peace is within you. Your mind is empty of all the objects of the world. Find out if the peace is not there inside. So it is because they enter into my mind with the wrong interpretation, creates a false belief, and then I have a problem. So you rightly said. And even, yes, Sangeeta, you want to say something? Ashok is sleeping. I'm not sleeping.
सर एक टाइम था जब घर के आसपास जो लोग थे उन्होंने मेरा ये बिलीफ हो गया था कि शायद मैं गलत हूँ, मतलब देवर नेगेटिव पीपल, और उन्होंने ये मुझे यकीन होने लग गया कि मैं गलत हूँ. फिर सर जब आप मिले तो आपने मुझे वापस मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस दिलाया, और अब तक मतलब आपका जैसे ऋण है तो मैं कभी नहीं उतार.
Thank you, Sangeeta is saying we met, I think, 25, 30 years back. So wherever she was living in that community, including their family members, created a sense of negative belief in her that she is wrong. So when I met her and we discussed and talked, and she got rid of that negative belief. She is saying that she cannot pay that debt. No, it has nothing. It is all you have to pay the debt to my master, the entire journey of the Eastern wisdom. So you see that one thing can change. The very thought with awareness can change your life completely. Ashok, you are there? Okay, close your
Yes, sir, I am listening. Here,
you are listening, yes, yes. I will not ask what you have heard until now. Let us do the practice. We don't have a time. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Place, position, and posture. Please. Now, can you, my friend, with those same steps, you can enter into the higher practice of meditation. Remember, subjective and the objective. Place of the body, place of the real self. Position and posture of the body and the real self. You have to simply switch on, switch off, or simultaneous awareness. Being comfortable. Yes, your mind moves on that object of name in the form, means the body. You feel. What do you feel? You feel sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Then you explore sensation, steadiness, body. It's a relative field. Comfort is absolute. It is always there. But why I don't feel the comfort all the time? You are seeking comfort in the mind with the deluded thinking. Am I clear? I think I'm making you more and more clear. Comfort the state. It is the state of consciousness. Why? Consciousness is always comfortable. A higher seeker settles into that instantly. So you have to recognize that higher seeker in you. How? There are some challenges posed by the mind. So you continue the meditation, and after the meditation you sit down, contemplate, reflect that what are the challenges I face during the practice of meditation. Let me contemplate, reflect, and get rid of it. Being carefree, the knower and the known, this and that. Our Masters beautifully says, when I see you, I say, this is Dennis, this is Sami, this is Christina, this is Ashok, this is computer. And then the Master says, that is you. So that you is the consciousness and the knower. And whatever this is, it is known as the idam. It is the known. That is, I refer to as being carefree. So what happens? You know what is happening? I am anxious. No, it is I am that is. And anxiety, this is. They are two. That is the meaning. That is the meaning at a primary level. What is the meaning? Oh, let the thought come and go. Continue to observe and watch, feel. Do not chase any thought. That is such a simple language. We do not understand. Then we have to understand what it means, what the Master is saying. Master is saying that there is a knower and there is a known. How simple it is. I know the computer. I know you, so I'm not you. I'm in stress. It simply means I am not the stress. If I say that I know you and I'm not you, if I say I know I have a stress, it simply means I'm not the stress. But Eastern wisdom says the false belief doesn't go easily. It doesn't go easily, yes. So we just look deep inside the forehead in the space. You look inside the forehead in the space. Pay attention. Now you see the mind is going into the space, into an ocean, into the water. And again, then we ask the mind to pick a point in the space. Can you really pick a point in the infinite space? It is a trick our masters are using to help your mind to change. Two things, and in that state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness, you start breathing quick and fast into your chest, long, deep in the hissing breath into the rib cage. There is a total expansion of the ribs and total contraction of the ribs. So we are adding today the active step. But you do that one breath is there, one prana is available. You are breathing the short and hissing breath into the ribs. Others are also doing the same, but it is one breath. It connects to only one prana. Continue long, deep in the hissing breath. Long, deep in the hissing breath. On the other hand, the deluded mind will challenge you, will say, I cannot do it for such a longer period. So it has many excuses. If it is doing, it will start shaking the body while breathing. Did I say that? No. But why you are doing it, I forget it. Why you forget it? Delusion. So this delusion enters into the mind in millions of ways. We have been understanding these steps clearly, the journey. And there comes the role of the 8 steps. There comes the role of 3 types of a seeker. We have already covered in our previous session. Continue, please. Continue. Long, deep and hissing breath into the rib cage. Do you remember the endurance? That endurance is nothing like the titiksha, one of the 6 treasures. So you see, everything is mixed up. That is why we need a clarity again and again. Now stop this. Do nothing. Be aware of the flow of the breath. Can you apply the same principle of knower in the known? What is known? The breath is moving. I am aware of the breath. It means I am different from the breath. I know the breath has an equal flow. Still I am separate from the breath. That point of awareness takes many years to reach. If we are doing it without understanding. My master used to say that you have to understand it clearly. Why? Conviction in the intellect. Conviction does what? It keeps aside the delusion. You have a rich experience. And in that state, deep, silent, and slow breathing start. It has to be silent as the breath goes in, moving the mind from the top center of the head, moving to the spine, reaching to tailbone, with a mental singing of Om Shanti, Shanti. You reach to the tailbone. Now, your long, deep, silent exhalation. Om Shanti. You reach to the top center of the head. Again, you inhale. So, your deep, silent, slow breathing, your awareness of the spine, the movement of the mind, and the mantra Om Shanti. They all four sync together. Shanti. Shanti. And now leave this, allow the breath to go to the normal pattern and start dropping Om Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers. We also discussed everyone's mind is in a different mode in the mood. While dropping the Om Shanti, so that mood may change the way you drop the Om Shanti. You may drop the Om Shanti casually with a higher awareness, like Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, or you are mentally Om Shanti. Your mind says, mood of the mind says, until I feel the sensation, so it's better to do the long one. Depending on. So we recognize those patterns of the mind. And now, looking inside the cave of your heart, visualize the triangle moving the mind with Om Shanti on each side of a triangle, clockwise and anti-clockwise, looking for a sink. You have a sink. That is the moment you sing loudly in your mind Om, and that Om pushes the mind deep inside your heart. Mind seems to stop, you say Shanti, and after that, what I can say, there is a pin drop silence within you. I'm not talking of outside. There is a kind of self-absorption. Let it happen. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences, bring the hands down. How are you, Dennis?
Deep meditation. At the end, it was like a dark space absorbed me. It was very peaceful and warm experience. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful experience. Samir?
It was very relaxing. My eyes became totally wet set today.
Good.
And sir, as I keep on repeating that peace is my essential nature, the conviction in me becomes more and more stronger every time. I feel it in me.
Beautiful.
That when I repeat peace is my essential nature, then it becomes more stronger in me. When I repeat it again, and by repeating it, peace settles into my heart and my mind.
Beautiful. You know, what I want to say that, just saying that peace is my essential nature, something will happen to me. When you say I'm into anxiety, anxiety happens to you. That we don't want to understand. I have a lot of stress. I'm fully busy. So when you say, your mind says I'm fully busy, your body gestures, your behavior and attitude shows the busyness. If that is possible, so then peace is my essential nature is also possible. We don't want to believe it. Why we don't want to believe it? Again, the delusion. So it helps me to recognize, to approach whether I say peace is my essential nature or love or happiness. Yes, 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 we should be doing it. Everyone should be doing it. How are you, Christina?
Thank you. I like that word conviction that Samir used because I feel each time we practice and listen, and my sense of conviction is getting stronger and stronger. And it's kind of this visual came into my mind of like my brain almost like puzzle pieces piled together and then it was shooken up and then put down in a different order.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, that happens. Because the mind still contains millions of past impressions of delusion and ignorance. So when I say that, conviction begins, and that conviction brings the change into the mind. So you feel like that all the pieces are set together, and then I am in peace. Yes, yeah, that experience is common in the journey, and it's a beautiful. Yes, how are you, Sangeeta?
सर जब मंगलाचरण करते हैं तो अपने आप चेहरे पे स्माइल आ जाती है
हाँ?
और अभी मेडिटेशन करते हुए भी बीच में थोड़ा मन इधर उधर आता है फिर वापस आता है तो स्माइल आ जाती है वो फील होती है
Definitely. Why she is saying that when she practiced Mangalacharan, there comes a natural smile on the face. Yes, because the mind is moving there. Mind has left the delusion and it has moved. So this week you have to contemplate and reflect. When I see the waves, I know there is a recognition it is all water. So when you see your honey, it is all consciousness. Can I do that? When you see anyone, when you meet anyone, when you communicate anyone, is it possible? Try this out. That is all for today. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.